Good evening, Geshe, and good morning and afternoon to everyone online. Geshe, we are really appreciating the fact that we're having these teachings from you. It's a very rare and precious opportunity to hear Je Tsongkhapa's text, Illumination of the Thought, being taught by someone like yourself. So thank you so much again for accepting our invitation to do this. Just a few logistics. For people who are online, the recitations before and after the teachings you can find on sravastiabbey.org. Scroll down halfway. There's a box that says Guide to Abbey Online Programs, and everything is there that you'll need to find the recitations and to problem solve whatever may come up this morning on the Zoom or possibly YouTube. Later in this session, there'll be an opportunity to ask questions. So if you're in the Zoom platform, you can scroll down and at the bottom of your screen, you'll find the Q&A box. If you're on YouTube, you can send your questions to office.sravasti@gmail.com. People have started to ask us about how they can make offerings to Geshe to express their gratitude for the teachings and also to Sravasti Abbey for hosting these teachings and the support through the daily Q&A sessions. So you can go to our website, again, sravastiabbey.org, and at the top right-hand corner of every page, there's a donate button. You can make your offering there, and in the comment box, you can indicate what portion of your offering is going to Geshe and what portion will go to the Abbey, and we will absolutely ensure that Geshe will receive these offerings in a timely way. We've learned that our friends in India find it much easier to send a check. So if you're in India, you can send a request to office.sravasti@gmail.com for Geshe-la's snail mail address. So now we'll have Venerable Semke lead us in the recitations.
To the teacher endowed, transcendent destroyer, one thus gone, foe destroyer, completely and fully awakened one, perfect in knowledge and good conduct, one gone to bliss, knower of the world, supreme God of beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and humans, to the Buddha endowed, transcendent destroyer, glorious conqueror, Shakyamuni, I prostrate, make offerings and go for refuge. When, O supreme among humans, you were born on this earth, you paced 7 strides and said, I am supreme in this world. To you who are wise, then I bow. With pure bodies formed supremely fine, wisdom ocean like a golden mountain, fame that blazes in the 3 worlds, winner of the best, supreme guide, to you I bow. With the supreme signs, face like the spotless moon, color like gold, to you I bow. You are immaculate, the 3 worlds are not, incomparable wise one, to you I bow. Great compassionate protector, all-knowing teacher, field of merit and good qualities, vast as an ocean, to the Tathagata I bow. Through purity, freeing from attachment, through virtue, freeing from the lower realms, unique, supreme, ultimate reality, to the Dharma that is peace I bow. Having freed themselves, showing the path to freedom, too well established in the trainings, the holy field endowed with good qualities, to the Sangha I bow. Do not commit any non-virtuous actions, perform only perfect virtuous actions. Subdue your mind completely, this is the teaching of the Buddha. A star, a mirage, a flame of a lamp, an illusion, a drop of dew, a bubble, a dream, a flash, lightning, a cloud, see conditioned things as such. Through this merit may sentient beings attain the state of all-seeing, subdue the foe of faults, and be delivered from the ocean of cyclic existence, perturbed by the waves of aging, sickness, and death. This ground anointed with perfume, flowers strewn Mount Meru, for land, sun, and moon, imagined as a Buddha land and offered to you. May all beings enjoy this pure land. Venerable holy gurus, in the space of your truth body, From billowing clouds of your wisdom and love, let fall the rain of the profound and extensive Dharma, in whatever form is suitable for subduing sentient beings. Idam Guru Ratna Mandalakam Niryatayami. I take refuge until I have awakened in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By the merit I create, by listening to the Dharma, I will attain Buddhahood in order to benefit all sentient beings. I take refuge until I have awakened in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By the merit I create, by listening to the Dharma, I will attain Buddhahood in order to benefit all sentient beings. I take refuge until I have awakened in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By the merit I create, by listening to the Dharma, I will attain Buddhahood in order to benefit all sentient beings.
Thank you. Before beginning with the point where we left yesterday, I just, want to step back a little bit. Okay, see, I just, searched for some, for the passage in English translation, which is translated from Tsongkhapa's Illumination of the Thought. Okay, so as far as the translation is concerned, I didn't find any fault or unambiguity. Okay, so since I have found this translated version, okay, so I just want to clear this away, clear up this. Okay, so I think I'm going to read this. Okay, this is in his commentary, Chandrakriti says that the first ground is called non-dualistic wisdom. This refers to the lack of a dualistic appearance of object and subject, as if distant and cut off from each other. I think, this is the word. I think I remember the original text. When someone put this question yesterday, I remember the original text. Okay, but a little bit I was hesitant what sort of English word I should, utilize. So therefore, I did given some answer. I think the meaning was okay, but I think again sticking to this, passage of Tsongkhapa, I'm going to, describe this word by word. Okay, so see, lack of a dualistic appearance of object and subject here. The object refers to the emptiness. Subject refers to refers to the unpolluted wisdom. Okay. So therefore, in the case of unpolluted wisdom, that is realizing emptiness directly. Okay. There's no any dual appearance to it, be it duality between subject and object. In this case, see, when we give rise to any kind of consciousnesses like I consciousness through mind consciousness, when we see or observe their referent objects, okay, respectively, with our their referent object, okay, those six consciousness, okay, to those six consciousnesses, okay, which observe, okay, outside phenomena or outside you can say outside, or maybe outside phenomena or just phenomena, you can say conventional phenomena, okay, conventional phenomena, okay. Their referent object appears as distant from subject itself. For instance, my eye consciousness, my eye consciousness, seeing this, sees this, okay, space, or okay. So sees this space. This space, when my eye consciousness sees this space appears as distant from my eye consciousness, okay? This space appears as distant from my eye consciousness to this eye consciousness, to my eye consciousness, okay? Likewise, with the case of, nose consciousness, what do you call, air consciousness, and what do you, tongue consciousness is, I don't know how to say. Okay, then sensorial, these five sensorial consciousnesses, okay. So whenever any of those five sensorial consciousnesses arise, their respective referent object appears as distant from their respective subject sensorial consciousness to that sensorial consciousness, okay? And likewise, also, this is also same with the mental consciousness, okay? So when mental consciousness arises with respect to its referent object, conventionalities, okay? Their referent object, conventional phenomena, appears as distant, or you can say distant, and also cut off from its subject, from itself, okay? Cut off from itself, the consciousness which sees that very subject, okay? So therefore, the appearance of as, okay, yeah, therefore I think we can say, therefore, as long as there is an appearance of conventional phenomena, there is there must be a dualistic appearance with regard to subject and object. So therefore, here Tsongkhapa says, non-dualistic refers to the lack of a dualistic appearance of object and subject, as if distant and cut off from each other. Okay, this is the, I think, I guess this should be clear now, I think. Now the second thing, second thing is that since Okay, Chandrakirti, okay. Outlines, okay. The structure of 10 bhumis or 10 superior grounds with respect to 10 ultimate mind generations, okay? Okay, let me say this is pretty long. With respect to, I think, there's no any contradiction. I mean, there's no any contradiction between Chandrakirti's outlining 10 superior, 10 bodhisattva superior grounds in terms of ultimate mind generations, okay? Because this has a special purpose, okay? This particular outlining of 10 bodhisattva grounds in terms of ultimate mind generations has a special purpose, okay? Has a special purpose, okay? So, okay, the special purpose is that, special purpose is that it will be very convenient, okay? It is very convenient, okay? It will be very convenient, okay, for the trainees or for the followers of Madhyamaka Avatara, okay, engaging in middle, okay. True, okay, very convenient for the special purpose is that if special purpose is that, I mean, okay, special purpose is that it will be very, very easy and convenient for the followers of the engaging in middle to recognize that this particular text is dealing with Bodhisattva superiors 10 grounds, okay. Whereas if I think, if the mind of enlightenment, okay, there's a special passage, okay. If the mind of, okay, if the, okay, see here, okay, I think, if, okay, if I think, see here, I think, the passage, I think, let me quote, see here. Okay. Oh yeah, this is translation I did. Chandrakirti's auto commentary, page number 11 says, wishing to express 10 divisions of mind of enlightenment of bodhisattvas, I will present the first mind of enlightenment at first, okay, unquote. So this passage describes the 10 grounds, okay, the joy, very joyful and so forth, as 10 mind generations, okay. So here, when he describes, okay, when be it with be it with the case of root text or auto commentary of Chandrakirti, okay, he, how to say, outline and describe those 10 bhumis in terms of, I think, 10 mind generations of enlightenment, or 10 mind generations of enlightenment. No, 10 mind generations, okay. here, okay, mind of enlightenment, okay. See here, mind of enlightenment, okay. In terms of, okay, see, here, 10 divisions of mind of enlightenment, he says, 10 divisions of mind of enlightenment. So 10 divisions of mind of enlightenment, he described both, I mean, both in the case of both root text and auto commentary, he describes 10 grounds in terms of 10 divisions of mind of enlightenment of bodhisattvas. Okay, so this is done in accordance with sutra. Okay, sutra of 10 bhumis. Okay, so therefore here 10 divisions of mind of enlightenment. Okay, 10 divisions of mind of enlightenment here. 10 divisions of mind of enlightenment in turn refers to the ultimate, I think, the ultimate mind of enlightenment, okay? 10 different, or 10 different, I think, 10 different, I think, 10 different ultimate mind of enlightenment, okay? 10 different minds of, 10 different ultimate minds of enlightenment, okay? If you take this, the division, 10 divisions of mind of enlightenment, if you construe this in terms of conventional divisions of mind of enlightenment, then it would be ambiguous, okay? Because it could mean it could mean, okay, it could mean, okay, it could mean the mind of enlightenment belonging to accumulation path, preparation path, okay. And within that also you have, in the case of accumulation path, there are 3 divisions: lesser, medium, and great. Lesser accumulation path, medium accumulation path, great accumulation path. And also with regard to the preparation path, you also have 4, okay. Each one of those 4 also has 3, okay. So therefore it would be very uncertain, okay. It will be very uncertain, okay. And also will be, very uncertain. It would be, I think, it would be, I think, it would be ambiguous, okay. In finding, okay, that root text and auto commentary are dealing with 10 bhumis, okay. So therefore, okay, the 10 divisions of mind of enlightenment here refers to the 10 divisions of ultimate mind of enlightenment of bodhisattvas, okay. So there, if you construe, if you, take the meaning in this way, it will be very, clear, okay. It will be very convenient that when he is talking about or teaching about 10 divisions of mind of enlightenment of bodhisattvas, he is dealing with 10 bhumis of bodhisattva, 10 bhumis of bodhisattva superiors, okay. So therefore I think, okay. Okay, so therefore I think, okay, this is okay. Now, okay, now not only that, but also right after this passage, okay, Chandrakriti says, when a bodhisattva was uncontaminated wisdom conjoined with compassion and so forth is divided into parts, each part is called a ground because it is a base of qualities, okay. So therefore, this passage shows the divisions of mind of enlightenment of bodhisattvas is ultimate mind generations, okay. Let's see. So the purpose, I mean, as I said earlier, the purpose for 10 grounds assigned to ultimate mind generations is to make more convenient, okay, in terms of knowing that the text is dealing with 10 grounds of bodhisattva superiors, whereas if it referred to conventional mind of enlightenment, it would become ambiguous in finding the right meaning, okay. So though I think he describes 10 grounds from the viewpoint of ultimate mind generations, it doesn't mean he is accepting all the wisdom and method qualities belonging to superior grounds as uncontaminated wisdom, okay. More importantly, here in this text, I mean, engaging in middle and its auto commentary, okay. 10 grounds and the stages of the progress on the path to enlightenment are extensively taught, both from the viewpoint of the profound and the West, okay. So, okay, now with respect to the 12 sets of 100 qualities, they are first achieved on the first ground after a bodhisattva superior has risen from meditative equipoise. So these features are qualities of subsequent wisdom, rather I think, I mean, qualities of subsequent wisdom, rather than that of, I think, uncontaminated wisdom. So there's no contradiction, I mean, in short, there's no contradiction for Chandrakriti describing 10 grounds in terms of ultimate mind generations and elaborating 10 grounds from the viewpoint of the West, okay. Now I think, so see, you know, seeing 100 Buddhas in one instant and so on and so forth are all qualities belonging to the subsequent wisdom, okay, rather than belonging to the meditative, rather than belonging to the uncontaminated meditative equipoise, okay. So, okay, yeah, now I think when you achieve first ground, okay, at that very moment, you have, okay, the ability or capability for, how to say, actualizing these 12 sets of 100 qualities, okay. But okay, we should not say, or we should not think of it in such a way that once we achieve bodhisattva superior path, we simultaneously achieve those 12 sets of 100 qualities, okay? That is not the meaning. Because the 12 sets of 100 qualities are a result of meditative equipoise, uncontaminated meditative equipoise of the first ground, okay? So this should be understood, okay? Okay, now I think, so okay, this is okay. Now, Let us begin with the point where we left yesterday. I'm going to read this. 4 features of birth in the lineage and so forth on the first ground. Okay. Please look at this division. 4 features of birth in the lineage and so forth on the first ground. Chandrakirti root text says, born in the one gone thus lineage, he completely forsakes the 3 links. 3 links is in Tibetan 3 links. Kunjor in Tibetan, kunjor. Jor, kunjor, kunjor, thoroughly, kun is thorough, thoroughly. Jorwa means, how to say, thoroughly, no, it's a little bit, okay. Okay, 3 links, okay, 3 links. Jor, yeah, I think it's difficult to come into my mind. I sort of have this, yeah, I think 3 links, okay. English term, I think, I'm English term. Yeah? I think, okay, 3 links, but anyway, it just means negative emotions, okay. So don't worry about this. 3 links, 3 negative emotions are same thing, okay. The link is a term which is synonymous with negative emotion, okay. Tibetan word is kunjor, and nyumung. Kunjor is ling is here. Ling is the equivalent word for links in Tibetan is kunjor, okay. And afflicted emotion equivalent word in Tibetan is nyumung. So these 2 are synonymous. The bodhisattva attains an excellent joy and can vibrate a 100-world system. Okay. He is born into the lineage of the ocean, once gone thus, Deshin Sheba, means Buddha, okay, Buddhas, born into the lineage of the Buddhas. Because abiding on first ground, he has passed beyond all levels of ordinary beings. This is very important. All levels of ordinary beings that include bodhisattva, common beings, okay. Bodhisattva, common beings, up to supreme bodhisattva who abide in the great supreme quality of preparation, okay. So beyond all levels of ordinary beings, okay. Then hearers, all hearers, from all hearers, okay, all solitary realizers, and has generated in his continuum the paths certain to proceed to Buddhahood. So this is very important. So therefore, okay, I think first I will read on. He will not go to other paths and is of definite lineage with respect to his own, okay. So just as I think bodhisattvas on first ground are in the definite lineage with respect to Mahayanic path, so bodhisattva, common beings abiding in middle level of accumulation path are certain, okay, to proceed to Buddhahood without falling to lesser vehicle. but definite lineage with respect to great vehicle ascribed to first ground is superior. Okay. Main reason is its being superior is the main reason for its being superior is bodhisattva superior has accumulated and habituated to two collections of merit and wisdom during one countless number eons. Okay, this is the main reason. Okay, this is the main reason condensed. All are condensed this little short passage. Okay, now if I elaborate, okay. As a result of, I think, as a result of this, okay, as a result of, I think, having habituated and collected merit and wisdom for one countless number of eons, okay, they have, those bodhisattvas, okay, have surpassed all the levels of common beings, as I said earlier, hears and souls realizes, and therefore, okay, all the qualities belonging to the path, and cessation of hearer and soul realizer for destroyers. Let me say this again. All the qualities belonging to the path and cessation of hearer and soul realizer for destroyers are included in the continuum of bodhisattva superior on the first ground. Okay. So therefore, there's a lot, tremendous assurance for for such a bodhisattva that he or she will not okay, fall to lesser vehicle, and also very powerful assurance that he or she he or she will be definite to proceed to the Buddhahood without any interruption. Okay. So this is very important. So because so there's no any incentive. Okay, there's no any incentive left over for Bodhisattva superiors. Okay. In terms of I think, in terms of incentivizing them to go to Hinayana path. Okay. Because they have already surpassed all the good qualities, whatever they are. Okay. They have surpassed all of them. Okay. Whereas Bodhisattvas who are on the path of medium level of accumulation. Okay. Even though they are, I should say, they are, they are definite. Okay. Even though I don't know, they are okay. Even though the bodhisattvas who are on the path of medium level of accumulation. Okay, yeah, accumulation. Even though, okay, I mean, even though the bodhisattva who are on the path of medium level of path of accumulation are certain in terms of not falling through Hinayana path at a later time, and also are being certain to proceed to approach Buddhahood without interruption, I think. Without interruption, okay. Without interruption, okay. Without interruption in the sense of, being interrupted by Hinayana path, okay. So therefore, there's a huge difference, okay. In the case of bodhisattva, who are on the path of accumulation, okay, he or she doesn't have a lot of assurance, okay, even though there are certain, okay. So so therefore there are many the certain, they are all certain, they are similar with respect to being certain, okay, but the level of certainty is very different, okay. Okay, so okay, this first I think this first ground, bodhisattva directly sees person selflessness, that a person does not exist of his own nature. Therefore, he abandons all three links: the artificial view of the transitory, the afflicted doubt and holding ethics and codes of behavior as superior. You don't need to bet, not necessarily bet, but just ethics, okay, ethics and codes of behavior as superior. More than as really it is, okay. This means more than. Yes, there's a little good quality to that, ethics. But this wrong view is viewing in the sense that it is superior, more than it really is, okay. Okay, I think. Now it is, he abandons them in the sense that they will not arise again, meaning that the seeds of these two are abandoned, okay. The path of seeing abandons the artificial but not the innate form of the view of the transitory collection. This is clarification, okay. Now question, why does Sandagruda mention only these three? Other absolute emotions to be abandoned by the path of seeing are also abandoned. There are many, okay. Toma, okay, and see. See, okay, now response, there are two ways of interpreting, okay, the thought of sutra setting forth this topic, but the superior one accords with the explanation given in Vasubandhu's treasure of manifest knowledge. Not wishing to go, mistaking the path, and doubting the path obstruct progress to liberation, okay. Therefore, the three are indicated, okay. This is his verse, okay. Now, unquote. For example, three main obstacles confront one who intends to go to another area, not wishing to go, mistaking the path, and having doubt about it. Similarly, there are three main obstacles to progressing toward liberation. The first, view of the transitory collection as real I and mind. Okay, this causes fear with respect to liberation, as a result of which one does not wish to proceed there. The second, holding ethics and codes of behavior. Codes is good. Codes of behavior as superior is a cause of mistaking the path through relying on another one. Okay. Rely on another. Okay. mistaken one, okay. Through relying on another that is mistaken one, okay, or that is not suitable one, okay, that is not qualified one, okay. The third is doubt, okay, that causes hesitation with respect to the path. Therefore, Chandrakirti mentions these three. Now, the view, I think, the view of the transitory collection brings about fear, okay, for liberation. This is very important, okay. The view of the transitory collection brings about fear for liberation, and thereby it renders, oh, this is the word, it renders, okay. I say now, Kunjor, I remember. Kun is thoroughly, Joro is render, okay. Thoroughly render. See, link, the other word, three links. Three links would be three thoroughly rendering. Okay, if I translate in, okay, literally. Okay, now, so the view of the transitory collection brings about fear for liberation, and thereby it renders oneself not willing to proceed to liberation. Now, question, okay, how the view of the transitory gives rise to the fear of liberation? Okay, no, yeah, how the view of the transitory gives rise to the fear of liberation is that as a result of generating the view of the transitory, okay, a person instinctively generates attachment to oneself, one's contaminated mental and physical aggregates and enjoyments, okay. Thereby, to such a person, the cessation of the continuity of the contaminated aggregates becomes the same as the cessation of the continuity of mental and physical aggregates, okay? Is that clear? Thereby, I mean, to such a person, the cessation of the continuity of the contaminated aggregates becomes the same as the cessation of the continuity of mental and physical aggregates. And as a result of that, for those persons who are bound by the innate view of the transitory, the personal continuity of self and personal continuity of transmigrator becomes the same, okay? And just as we fear the extinction of the continuity of selves in our continuums, so the persons bound by the innate view of the transitory fear for the extinction of the cyclic self by mistaking contaminated transmigrating self as the same as the general self, as the general self. Okay, completely, I mean. So therefore, liberation is fearsome for such people, okay, such persons. So if the liberation becomes fearsome to such people, then it is natural for such people who do not want to go to liberation, okay? Our first ground, Buddhist, now back to the scripture. Our first ground, bodhisattva has, as was explained before, entered a definite lineage. He has attained the qualities of its fruit. I say its fruits here, its fruits. First, at our first ground, bodhisattva has, as was explained before, entered a definite lineage. He has attained the qualities of its fruit. Its fruit means it refers to the uncontaminated wisdom of meditative equipoise. Of first ground. And is free from the faults abandoned by this ground. Therefore, extraordinary joys are generated. On account of his many great joys, the conqueror child maintains an excellent joy, and because of his superior joys, this ground is called the very joyful, okay? He also becomes able to vibrate 100 different world systems, 300 different world systems, world universes. In Tibetan, that means 100 different universes. 3 features of advancement to higher grounds and so forth. Now, this 3 features of advancement to higher grounds and so forth. This is a section, okay, division, okay. Chandragud, with regard to this, with regard to 3 features of advancement to higher grounds and so forth, Chandragud says, advancing from ground to ground, he ascends. Now all his paths to bed transmigrations have ceased. All the levels of ordinary beings are ended. He is very enthusiastic to advance from the first to the second ground, and he will ascend to higher grounds. As soon as he attains the first ground, all paths going to bed transmigration cease for the bodhisattva. Okay. Now we should understand this. As soon as he attains the first ground, all paths going to bed transmigration cease for bodhisattva. Okay, so cease here means all paths that lead to bed transmigrations are ceased from its root. Okay, from its I think from its root, and also by antidote. Okay, by direct antidote. So therefore, there's no any possibility. Not only there's no any possibility, bodhisattva who has attained first bhumi to go to be born in a lower realm. Not only that, but also he or they, but not only that, but also they have eradicated the seeds of the paths leading to bed transmigration. Okay. So when you say this seeds, now okay, I will just read some lines. Okay. Objection. One attains forbearance. Okay. Forbearance is which is the third of the 4 levels in preparation path. On the path of preparation, is it not impossible to go to a bed transmigration by the power of former actions? What need is there to say that paths to bed transmigrations cease for one who has attained the first ground? Response: the impossibility of going to a bed transmigration once one attains forbearance. Okay, once one attains forbearance on the path of preparation is not a case of having overcome the seeds, okay, leading to a bad transmigration through their antidotes, but through an incompleteness of their causes. Here on the first ground, the seeds are overcome by means of their antidotes. Okay, so now, if that is the case, what are the seeds? Okay. So we need to think about the 12 links of dependent arising in the course of taking rebirth in lower realm. Okay. So the first one, ignorance. Second, contaminated activity. Third, causal consciousness, okay? 3. And then 8, attachment. 9th is grasping. 10th one is called as existence, okay? 10th one is named after existence, okay? So therefore, these 6 causes must be seized by their direct antidotes, okay? Is it true or not? This is a question, okay? Debatable. But you will understand now. We'll understand, okay, it correctly. So usually we debate, okay, when in the monastery, the monks debate on this, okay. This one is considered to be one of the difficult points, okay. So therefore they debate on this. They debate on this, okay. Yeah, quite, seriously. But anyway, we can say that in the course, okay. We can say, if you say the innate, if you say innate notion of inherent existence of self and phenomena, okay, then bodhisattva on the first bodhisattva superior, okay, okay, then I think then it should not be eradicated by bodhisattva superior, who are bodhisattva superiors abiding on the first ground. But this is different because this is, even though this is innate ignorance, even though it is an innate ignorance, but this is in the how to say, this is within the, I think, within the set of the factors bringing about lower realm, okay? So therefore we can say, okay, it is eradicated by the application of antidotes. Okay, now I think it should be a little bit clear, but if it is not clear enough, then you can ask questions regarding this later on. Furthermore, I think I will read Asanga's Compendium of Knowledge explains. Okay, Compendium of Knowledge explains that the mental and physical aggregates, constituents, and so forth of bad transmigrations are abandoned by the path of seeing. Okay, here also, see, you can say, yeah, this is also accepted, even in the system of Prasangika Madhyamika, okay? Constituents, okay. Mental and physical aggregates, constituents, and so forth, okay, of bad transmigrations, okay. Mental and physical aggregates of animal, mental and physical aggregates of hell being, mental and physical aggregates of hungry ghost, okay. All of them are eradicated by the time that you have achieved superior path. When a bodhisattva attains the first ground, all levels of common beings and for him. Now it's features beautifying one's own continuum on the first ground in brief. Okay. Chandrakiri root text says, he is shown to be like the eighth superior. Okay. When the four abiders in and when the four abiders in and four approaches to the fruit are counted downwards from the fourth destroyer. Okay. The fourth destroyer is the no, downwards from the fourth. Okay. First, okay. Fourth destroyer should be counted at first, okay? Then sequentially, when you count them in sequence, okay? The eighth one would be the eighth one will be the approacher to the fruit of stream enterer, okay? Here, superior is an approacher to the fruit of stream enterer. The features of abandonment and realization concordant with this approacher's level arise by virtue of his having attained the superior doctrine. Okay. A bodhisattva was extinguishing of false and arising of auspicious qualities, which are due to his having attained the first ground, are shown in a similar manner to those of an eighth superior. Okay. So also I remember, okay, now it's just, now I think it's okay. It's, if I say this, I need to again step back. Now I'm not going to step back. Features, okay. Features outshining others continuum, okay. This section has three parts. On the first ground, outshining hearers and souls realizes by way of lineage. On the seventh ground, outshining hearers and souls realizes by way of intelligence and the meaning established by these teachings. So this features outshining others continuum has three parts, three sections. On the first ground, outshining hearers and souls realized by way of lineage. On the seventh ground, outshining hearers and souls realized by way of intelligence. Second, okay. The meaning established by these teachings. Okay. Now, on the first ground, outshining hearers and souls realized by way of lineage. Regarding this, okay, regarding this, Chandrakiri root text says, even those abiding in the first mind of complete enlightenment overcome those born from the speech of the monarchs of subduers. And souls realize through their own merits increase. Okay. Not only those abiding in the second mind of complete enlightenment and so forth, but even those in the first mind of enlightenment, the very joyful, okay, overcome or outshine hearers who are born from the speech of monarchs of subduers and so to realize through the force of the merit of their conventional mind of enlightenment and compassion. Their merit exceeds that of the hearers and so realizers. This feature is different from those explained earlier, okay? Different from the 8 features of beautifying one's own. Okay, now it's okay. Okay, this is okay. Now the liberation of the Maitreya Sutra says, oh, child of good lineage, it is like this. For instance, because of the great nature of his lineage, a prince with the royal name outshines all the principal elder ministers soon after his birth. In the same way, a novice bodhisattva. Okay, novice bodhisattva. Okay, from the viewpoint of ultimate mind generation. Okay, you need to put a footnote. I innovate. I have innovated. Okay, I have innovated here from the viewpoint of ultimate mind generation. Okay. So in the same way, a novice bodhisattva here, novice bodhisattva, a novice bodhisattva refers refers to ultimate, no, a novice ultimate bodhisattva, a novice ultimate bodhisattva. So therefore, this should be construed from the viewpoint of ultimate mind generation. Okay, so a novice bodhisattva generates and mind of enlightenment. So here, mind of enlightenment also ultimate mind of enlightenment. Okay, generates and mind of enlightenment. Not long ago. From the not long ago means from the viewpoint of ultimate generation also. Okay, not long ago. Okay, and is born in the lineage of a one gone thus born in the lineage of a Buddhas. There's Manago doctrine. Okay, soon thereafter, through the force of its electricity mind of enlightenment. Here, through the force of its electricity mind of enlightenment. Electricity mind of enlightenment refers to purely electricity mind generation, which can be obtained upon first ground. Okay, Laksam Dava assembly in Tibetan. Purely electricity mind generation is a technical term. Okay, technical term. This purely electricity mind generation can be achieved upon first ground, upon attaining first ground. Okay. So, okay, electricity mind of enlightenment and compassion. He shines, hearers and souls realize who have maintained pure behavior for a long time. Okay. Okay. Now, child of good lineage. Okay, it is like this. For example, soon after his birth, the offspring of a great king of eagles has power in his wing and clarity of eye that none of the older birds have. Similarly, a bodhisattva who has generated the first mind is ultimate, the first ultimate mind of enlightenment has taken birth in the lineage of a great one, Gondas, king of eagles. As an offspring of the king of eagles, he overpowers others through the strength of his wings to generate an aspiration to omniscience. So this also refers to through the strength of his wings to generate an aspiration to omniscience. Aspiration to omniscience here. Aspiration to omniscience refers to purely altruistic mind generation, okay? And here's the pure eye of an altruistic thought. Pure eye of an altruistic thought refers to great compassion, okay? These features do not occur in any of the hearers and soul realizers who have practiced renunciation for 100,000 eons. In his commentary, okay, Jayananda explains these two passages as referring to mind generation arisen from instruction. Mind generate this. However, the references to a novice bodhisattva and soon after generating a mind of enlightenment are made in terms of made in terms of an ultimate mind generation. Previously, Chandrakirti explains that birth in the one gone thus lineage takes place on the first ground. But aside from the use of different examples, okay, both passages, okay, mean the same, okay. So here, both passages, according to Jamyang Sheba, okay, according to great scholar Jamyang Sheba, both passages refer to the explanations of birth in the gone thus lineage in the root text and in the liberation of material sutra. Okay, but both passages can be how to say, can be understood as referring to two passages within the liberation of material sutra as above. Okay, so for instance, if you ask question, what is the first passage, what is the second passage, I would say, I need to say the first passage is, oh child of good lineage, it is like this, from this to compassion, he outshines hearers and soul realizers who have maintained pure behavior for a long time. Up to this should be the first passage. The second passage begins with child of good lineage. It is like this. For example, soon after his birth, the offspring of, and so on and so forth. Okay. So this, so yeah, okay. So okay, no. Okay. Furthermore, the meaning of these three lines in the root text appears to be an abridgment of that in the sutra. Now, many texts such as Material Ornament for the Great Vehicle Sutras explain that mind generation of special special pure thought it refers to generating a mind of the first ground. General mind of the first ground. So this is a conventional mind of enlightenment, or conventional mind. How to say? Conventional. It's okay. Conventional mind of enlightenment. Okay, I think. So here, material, materials, okay, materials ornament for the Great Vehicle Sutra, okay. Explain the mind generation of special pure thought. Mind generation of special pure thought, okay. Refers to the generating a mind of the first ground. Generating mind here, this mind refers to conventional mind of enlightenment, okay. Now objection here, okay. Then you do not assert that hearers and soldier realizers are shown when a bodhisattva who is a common being generates the conventional mind of enlightenment, okay. You do not assert that hearers and soldier realizers are outshone when a bodhisattva who is a common being generates the conventional mind of enlightenment. This is a question. Response: it is not so. We do assert such, okay? The Liberation of Material Sutra says, O child of good lineage. So again, outshining, the degree of outshining is very, very different. Even though Bodhisattva who is a common being, outshines all the hearers and soul realizers, but his outshining, his outshining is I think varied from from that of, I think, Bodhisattva superiors, okay? Or else, I think, Bodhisattva superiors, outshining hearers and soul realizers are much, I think, much more, I think, how to say, much more, how to say, outshining is more, I think, superior, I think, much more superior. Okay, now, see, the liberation of matter sutra says, liberation of matter sutra, this is a sutra. O child of good lineage, it is like this, even though a diamond has been broken, it outshines all excellent golden ornaments. It does not lose the name diamond, and it banishes all poverty. In the same way, O child of good lineage, even though the diamond-like generation of an aspiration to omniscience lacks urgency, lacks in Tibetan, lacks, I think, effort, effort in 6 perfections, okay, or yeah, I think lacks effort in 6 perfections. It overwhelms or outshines all golden adornments of the qualities of hearers and soul realizers. With this as one will not lose the name bodhisattva, and all power of cyclic existence is overcome. Okay. Shantideva quotes this sutra in his compendium of instructions as a source for the unsuitability of looking down on a bodhisattva who lacks the bodhisattva deeds. Who lacks the bodhisattva deeds here means that who lacks bodhisattva deeds. Who lacks bodhisattva deeds means here who has not attained bodhisattva vow, but bodhisattva vow. Therefore, he or she lacks, okay, the bodhisattva deeds, bodhisattva deeds assigned, I think, assigned to, I think, assigned to the assigned to the assigned to the practices that need to be carried out by bodhisattvas who have received and attained bodhisattva vow. Okay, so this means bodhisattvas who are on the first, who are on the lesser level, who are on the lesser level of accumulation path. Okay, lesser level of accumulation path. Okay, who are on the lesser level of the accumulation path is considered is what he means here. Okay, what he means is that, okay, I mean, what he means is, okay. So, okay, so this is a little bit, should be careful. This is also, we debate about this a lot. So therefore, even though there are many different interpretations regarding this, all of those interpretations are very good, worth knowing. Okay, and never happen. And it never happens that one who has attained a ground has a mind of enlightenment, bereft of the bodhisattva deeds. That's okay. One who has attained a ground, means superior ground, has a mind of enlightenment that is bereft of the bodhisattva deeds. Okay, that is clear. On the seventh ground, okay. Outshining hears and so realizes by way of intelligence. Chandrika, the root text says, on the gone afar, he surpasses with his intelligence. When a bodhisattva arrives at the seventh ground, the gone afar, he outshines, hears, and so realizes not only by way of his conventional mind of enlightenment, but also through the power of his intelligence, his ultimate mind generation. The Sutra of the 10 grounds says, "Oh, conqueror children, it is like this. For example, merely through being born in a royal lineage, a prince having the royal name outshines all the groups of ministers because of the king's magnificence, but not by the force of his own mind. When he matures, his power of intelligence is generated and he greatly surpasses all the minister's activities. In the same way, conqueror children, as soon as they generate a mind of enlightenment, bodhisattvas outshine all hearers and soldiers realizes by the greatness of their altruistic thought, but not by the power of their intelligence. However, a bodhisattva on the seventh ground greatly surpasses all the activities of hearers and soldiers realizes through abiding in the greatness that is knowledge of his own sphere." Okay. Well, as soon as they generate a mind of enlightenment, okay. Okay, this is that is knowledge of his own sphere, unquote. Now, Tsongkhapa, as soon as they generate a mind of enlightenment refers to the time of the first ground, okay? The time of attaining the first ground. Thus, it is a mind generation of electricity, pure thought. Okay, mind generation of electricity, pure thought. That is a conventional mind of enlightenment or altruistic mind of enlightenment. A bodhisattva outshines. Okay. A bodhisattva outshines, hears, and so realizes through the generation of his power of intelligence only on the seventh ground. A gone afar and above. A gone afar is the seventh. Seventh ground is named for, I think, the gone afar, okay? And above, 8th and 9th and 10th. On the sixth ground and below, he does not outshine them through his power of intelligence. Okay, so Chandrakirti's condensed commentary on this shows that surpassing all the activities of hearers and solid realizers means surpassing them through intelligence. Okay. The sutra explains the power of intelligence as abiding. Okay, abiding, okay. Abiding in the greatness, that is knowledge of his own sphere. The sutra explains the power of intelligence as abiding in the greatness, that is knowledge of his own sphere. This is the greatness of knowing cessation, okay, the limit of reality, the sphere of bodhisattva, okay. Now, sphere of bodhisattva, object of bodhisattva would be okay. The object of bodhisattva, object of a bodhisattva. Bodhisattva is subject, his object, okay, the object of a bodhisattva. I don't know, maybe this could, object of bodhisattva could mean something else, maybe. But in anyway, the sphere of a bodhisattva is subject. Sphere should be its object, his object, I mean. So this is the greatness of knowing cessation. In this case, cessation refers to emptiness, okay? Emptiness, not just cessation. Not the cessation attained through the application of antidotes. But here the cessation refers to the emptiness. So the limit of reality also same. Cessation refers to emptiness. The limit of reality also means the same, means the emptiness. The limit of reality, emptiness are same. They pervade, I think they mutually pervade each other. The sphere of a bodhisattva. With regard to the meaning of this, some say that although there's no difference between the wisdom entities of the 7th and the 6th grounds and below, the wisdoms of the earlier grounds are incapable of abandoning obstructions to omniscience. Whereas the wisdom of the 7th ground has this capacity. Thus, the latter can outshine hearers and souls realized from the viewpoint of intelligence, and the former cannot. Okay, so this is the first one. Okay, some say okay. There's no difference between the wisdom entities of the 7th and the 6th grounds and below. The wisdom of the earlier grounds are incapable of abandoning obstructions to omniscience, whereas the wisdom of the 7th ground has the capacity to abandon obstructions to omniscience. This is wrong, okay. Thus the latter means here the 7th ground can outshine hearers and souls realized from the viewpoint of intelligence, and the former cannot. Okay, this is wrong. Others, now number 2, okay. Others explain that on the 7th ground and above, a bodhisattva is capable of leaping over meditative stabilization. We have, nine steps of concentrations. So the leaping over those, okay. I think first 4 with regard to the form realm, there are 4. With regard to the formless realm, there are 4. Okay, and then Gogben Namtar. Gogben Yumju is the 9th one is the subtlest one. Okay, so 9 levels of consciousness. 9 levels of consciousness. Okay, and also included is that mind of single-pointed mind that is belonging to desire realm. Okay, so all the levels, 10 levels. Okay, desire realm, the level of the mind belonging to desire realm, and the level of and those other levels of the mind belonging to form realm and formless realm, and also the subtlest level of mind. So this leaping over is just it's a mental exercise. It's a very good exercise. Okay, good exercise, very good exercise to strengthen the mental capacity to eradicate obstructions to omniscience. Okay. So here, others estimate that one and about bodhisattva is capable of living over meditative stabilization. Okay, this is no good. His assertion is no good. Okay. Others say that seventh ground, bodhisattvas outshines, hears, and so realizes through intelligence, because the wisdom of the seventh ground approaches the irreversible eighth ground. Okay. So the first of these three interpretations is not correct. Okay. The first of these three interpretations is not correct. The prasangika here, okay, this system, okay, the system assert, our system asserts that all conceptions that persons truly exist are instances of afflicted ignorance, and to abandon these conceptions in such a way that they will not be produced again, it is necessary to extinguish their seeds. Okay, this is one thing. Since this abandonment is common to hearer and soul realizer for destroyers, abandoning the seeds of the conception of true existence is not the same as abandoning obstructions to omniscience. Okay, now obstructions in the form of predisposing latencies to be distinguished from seeds of the conception of true existence are posited by the Prasangika system as obstructions to omniscience. These are not abandoned until one attains the eighth ground. Okay, therefore, the presentation which posits conception of true existence as obstructions to omniscience is not asserted by Prasangika system. The Prasangikas also divide obstructions to omniscience into 9 segments. The Prasangikas also divide obstructions to omniscience into 9 segments. 9 segments? Small, medium, and great. With small, medium, and obstructions to liberation. This first, Sodantrika, yeah, okay. Sodantrika, yeah, okay, this is okay. The Sodantrika also divide, this is okay. Sodantrika also divide obstructions to omniscience into 9 segments. This is okay. Small, medium, and great, okay. With small, medium, and great of each of these 3, okay. These are in turn abandoned by 9 paths of meditation. The second ground and so forth, okay. I will elaborate on this later, okay. These are in turn abandoned by 9 paths of meditation. The second ground and so forth. I will elaborate on this later, okay. The second position, okay. Now, the second position, that a bodhisattva gains the ability to live over certain levels of meditative stabilization on the seventh ground, is also incorrect. Living over signifies a disordering of stages, okay? And there's no source showing that such a live over does not occur in meditative stabilization on the 6th ground and below, but just on the 7th, okay? This is clear. The third position, that a bodhisattva outshines, hears, and so realizes through intelligence, because the wisdom of the 7th ground approaches the irreversible 8th ground, is also incorrect, okay? Incorrect. This still does not eliminate the doubt as to the reason for saying that although bodhisattva cannot outshine hearers and so realizers on the 6th ground and below through their realization, they can outshine them on the 7th ground, okay? Therefore, this is like making the disputed subjects itself into the reason, okay? So, I think, yeah, maybe we can stop here for questions.
Do we have any questions from the Abbey? Okay, I have two questions, one that was given to me and one from myself. Geshe, when you're using the term referent object, what Tibetan term are you using for that? Is that Zhenyo?
Oh,
you say-
yeah, Shinyul, Juyul and Shinyul, Juyul and Shinyul,
So they mean
Juyul, yes, Juyul, yes, Juyul, Juyul. Shinyul needs to be a Juyul, okay?
are they this? Do they mean the same thing, Jukyu and Zhenyo?
No, no, Shinyul is limited to conception only. Juyul can be an object of conception or non-conceptual consciousness.
Sorry, I think we usually translate this as engaged object or object of
Engaged, oh yeah, Juyul, yeah, yes, engaged object, yes, it's very direct. Engaged is Jukwa is engaged. Object is Yul, engaged object. But it can be, see, referent object is the principal object, primary object. Okay, Juyul and primary object are also same. Primary object and Juyul.
In translation, people use referent object to genuine. Yeah, genuine. So then it gets confused when it's just a term translation problem. That's all.
So there should be fixed terminology, I think, and so that everybody, so that everybody, anyone would not mistake it for something else.
Thank you. And then when you were talking about how lacking bodhisattva deeds means that those bodhisattvas haven't attained the bodhisattva vow, does that mean that those bodhisattvas have only have the aspiring bodhicitta, and so therefore they don't have the engaging bodhisattva vow, which means that they haven't actually entered the path of accumulation? So then they're not.
They have entered part of accumulation. Okay, they are on the level of lesser. They are on the lesser level of accumulation path. Okay, so they haven't received and they haven't achieved vow, bodhisattva vow. Okay, therefore, even though they practice bodhisattva deeds such as 6 perfections, okay, their practices of 6 perfections are not considered to be I think to be practices which is how to say which is conjoined, maybe better, conjoined with bodhisattva vow. Conjoined with this, it's not so good, I think. I think Tomba, Judum. Yeah, I think okay. Here. Judum. Oh yeah, I think I should say. Yeah, bodhisattva vow. Okay. Who haven't received and achieved bodhisattva vow. Okay. They engage in practices of 6 perfections, but those engagements are not regarded as a practice based on, I think, based on would be better, as a practice based on bodhisattva vow that he has already taken. Maybe she has already taken.
So that means that you don't, when you enter the path of accumulation through spontaneous bodhicitta, you don't necessarily have the bodhisattva vow.
No, We don't, yes, you don't need to have a bodhisattva vow.
In other texts that we've studied, I think Lamrim Chenmo.
Oh yeah, yes.
Then-
There, yeah, you can, yeah, yes. And there are some other traditions. Yes, that's right. So therefore, this is one explanation. Okay. What I'm explaining this is according to Pension Sunatapa. Okay. So this is also good, but also it is very important, to know the other different, how to say, explanations.
Okay.
All
Who
of
is-
them are very good.
Who is this presentation according to, Geshe-la?
Pension Sonam Drop.
Pension Sunatapa. Yeah. So yeah. See here, compendium. Okay. Lavakundu, compendium of instructions. Okay. Yes. Shivala, Shantidevas in Shantidevas compendium of instructions. Okay. He instructs that first you need to generate bodhicitta, and then afterwards take bodhisattva vow. Okay, this is another order. In engaging in bodhisattva deeds, okay, he presents first bodhisattva, taking bodhisattva vow. Later on, he presents how to cultivate bodhicitta. So two orders. There are two orders. In reality, both of them are okay. Both of them are excellent. I mean, so we don't need to worry about this. What we need to worry about is that we need to get actual bodhicitta for ourselves.
Yes.
If talk.
Yeah.
At the end, you don't have bodhicitta. I don't have bodhicitta. He doesn't have. She doesn't have. Nothing.
So Geshe-la, I need a little bit of clarification on these, on the liberation of Maitreya Sutra, where they have these analogies. A child of the lineage, the diamond has been broken, Phil outshines all. Hears in solitary, realizes the child of the king of eagles. When a bodhisattva has attained the first ground, it says here the sutra refers not to ultimate, but to conventional mind generation. Once a bodhisattva attains that first ground, once they're out of meditative equipoise, where the ultimate bodhicitta is being actualized, and they step out of that, then the conventional bodhicitta takes over, right? I mean, it's not like you're one or the other when you're out on that ground. You're practicing both types of mind generations at that point.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Sure.
I'm a little confused as to why there's a big.
Okay, let me clarify this. Okay. See, one. See, actually, bodhisattvas, with regard to bodhisattva, okay, they are more concerned about methods than wisdom realizing emptiness. Okay. The one reason is that between, okay, your own sake and others' sake, one's own sake and others' sake, they choose others' sake first, okay? Then within the one's own sake, okay, there are three kayas, okay? the 3 kayas that you that you will attain: Dharma kaya, Sambhava kaya, and Nimana kaya. So form body and truth body. Okay. Show you truth body and form body. Okay. So between the form body and truth body, bodhisattvas choose form body. Okay. Or I think I should say between them, bodhisattvas bodhisattvas more prioritize to achieve form body. With respect to the prioritization, okay? Bodhisattvas, the number one priority is to help others. To fulfill others' wishes. That is number one priority. Then it is not easy. In order to do that, you need to be perfect. You need to, how to say, you need to collect causes and conditions that render you resourceful enough to, how to say, to satiate all sentient beings. So therefore, bodhisattvas first and the foremost, I think, foremost priority lies with others' sake. Then number two, in order to achieve that, you need to be a Buddha. Okay. So therefore, within the Buddha quality, there are 2 kayas. Okay, Rupa kaya and Dharma kaya. Okay, form body and truth body. Between them, you how to say? Between them, bodhisattvas more. Bodhisattva, between them, I think bodhisattva prioritize form body most. Okay. So therefore, his or her bodhisattva's practices must conform to his how to say, aspiration, his or her aspiration. Okay. So therefore, that's how bodhisattvas take eons and takes countless number of eons accumulating collections of merit and wisdom. Okay. Otherwise, it shouldn't take such a long time. See, look at hearers and soldier realizers. The hearers with sharp faculties can achieve arhatship within 2 or 3 lifespans. Okay. So therefore, wisdom realizing emptiness is necessary, but it is not the foremost and the core of the core practice. But necessary. And not only this, but also shamatha, calm abiding, special insight, and also these 9 stages of concentration. These are very, very important. And also clairvoyance and miraculous power. Okay.
Geshe-la, could you summarize for us how it's possible for a first ground bodhisattva to eradicate the causes of lower rebirths when they have not yet eradicated any of the innate afflictive obscurations?
Oh, I see. Yeah, there are some cases of innate affective emotions that are eradicated by bodhisattva superiors on the first ground. Okay. So you need to dissect the innate ignorance. Okay. And then within this innate ignorance, you will find some can be okay. Some can be eradicated by bodhisattva superiors on the first ground, and many of them cannot be eradicated by. Cannot be, are not would be better. Can, you can say, you should say he can. Yes, she can is better, because as I said earlier, all the good qualities pertaining to the path and the cessation of hearers and solitary realizer for destroyers are included in the continuum of bodhisattva superior on the first ground. Can, yes, even though he or she, okay, the superior bodhisattva superiors on the first ground, second ground, third ground, they may generate affective emotions. Their affective emotions are just harmless. Okay, all of them are harmless. This is very important. Harmless. These are poison without effect, without any harmful effect. Whereas our affective emotions are real poison, very harmful. But in the case of bodhisattva superiors on the first ground and second ground and so on, their negative emotions are just harmless. Okay. So therefore, see, from the eons, one countless number of eons, during one countless number of eons, they have practiced wholeheartedly these two collections of merit and wisdom. So therefore, this outcome should be, and this outcome, I mean, deserve, I think, to happen. Not only is happening, but also deserve to happen.
But it seems like we're cutting the propelling of cyclic existence without cutting the actual cause.
Can you say that again?
We're cutting.
Not clear.
Okay. Well, oh, never mind.
No, go ahead.
We're cutting lower rebirths, but we're not cutting the actual root cause of cyclic existence. So how does that happen?
Oh yeah. You cannot cut rebirth directly. Okay, you cannot cut. You cannot cut lower rebirth directly. Okay, there's no way to cut lower rebirth from its root. Okay, without cutting its root.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's no way to cut lower rebirth by antidotes without cutting its root, because everything is dependent arising. If you don't want the result, you need to cut the cause.
So how is lower rebirth cut on the first ground? How is it eradicated?
Yes, yes, yes. Lower rebirth cut means 6 causal factors. You need 6 causal factors inducing lower rebirth are cut. You need to think about this in terms of 12 factors of dependent arising. Remember 6 similarities? Mm.
Follow up. Going.
What are those 6 similarities, Geshe?
Oh yeah, 6 similarities. Being bound by, afflicted emotions and contaminated actions. And
The six ones.
yeah, yes, yeah, and the consciousness, depending on consciousness, and then how to say, migrating from the peak of the cyclic existence to the lowest, and then indefinite, and then every day, every time, suffering from suffering of suffering, suffering of change, pervasive suffering, and then it's very hard to regain, very hard to achieve higher rebirth, conducive rebirth, and it's very easy to go to lower rebirth. These are 6 similarities. We have gone through this, I think. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, we know.
Mhm.
Do we
Okay.
have time? One more question? Is that okay? One more question, Geshe?
Mhm.
If you go to the Q&A box,
Uh-huh.
question online.
No open questions, sir. There's no open question. Oh yeah, B. Just
Yes.
said lower rebirth cannot be cut without cutting its root.
No, go to the
answered.
Oh
Yeah, answered.
yeah, go to
Answer live.
and then the second question.
Okay.
Second question from when there are differences of opinions on what happens on the bodhisattva bhumis, how do we know who is correct since we do not have the ability
I don't have this question.
If you go to the answered middle.
Oh, but can you read to me for me? Oh, yeah, now what is causing the increase of strength? No.
When there are differences of opinion.
Oh yeah. When there are differences of opinions on what happened on the bodhisattva bhumis, how do we know what is correct since we do not have the ability to see this process? Oh, it depends on the difference. It depends on the difference. What is it? Oh yeah. When there are okay, yeah. I can do it. Difference of opinions on what happens on the bodhisattva bhumi. How do we know what is correct since we don't? Okay, so it depends on the differences of the opinions. Okay, some of the differences of opinions are good, some are not good. Okay, so it should be dealt with individually, I think. So if you specify one, I will be able to say more clearly. So this is a just general question, since this is a sort of a general question. So Therefore, differences means what happened on the bodhisattva bhumi. So sometimes differences are no good, sometimes good. Okay. Now, is that clear?
I hope so. Maybe they'll write in if it's not clear.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, Geshe,
Okay.
let's dedicate. May the spiritual teachers who lead me on the sacred path and all spiritual friends who practice it have long life. May I pacify completely all outer and inner hindrances. Grant such inspiration, I pray. May the lives of the venerable spiritual mentors be stable, and their virtuous actions spread in the 10 directions. May the light of Losong's teaching dispel the darkness of the beings in the 3 worlds always increase. Idam Guru Ratna Mandalakam Niryatayami. Due to this merit, may we soon attain the awakened state of Guru Buddha, that we may be able to liberate all sentient beings from their suffering. May the precious Bodhi mind not yet born arise and grow. May that born have no decline, but increase forevermore. In the snowy mountain pure land, you're the source of good and happiness. Powerful Tenzing Gyatso Chanrezi, may you stay until samsara ends.
Thank you so much, Geshe, and thank you again for your fortitude and your great effort in working with us with this very complex teaching. We are very, very grateful. For everyone else, there's a 3 p.m. Q&A session this afternoon on Vimeo live stream. We'll see you then, and Geshe, we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Bye.